I was single and I was mingling. I was on Tinder at the time. Um, I was on Tinder. I was going on a few dates. I was just kind of like having fun with it. And then after a while, I was like, okay, I want a boyfriend, right? So, oh my gosh, I totally forgot forgot to season my eggs. This is terrible. Let me get some salt and pepper. Hold up. All right, I got me some garlic. I love a little garlic on eggs. A little pepper, just a little bit of pepper. Ooh. There we go. And a little bit of sea salt. There we go. All right, we good. So, basically, I was single, but ready to mingle. I was mingling on Tinder. I was having a good time going on dates, eating food for free. You know how that goes. Um, One guy took me to Atlantic City. We had a good time. He was giving me the money he was winning in his game. It was fun. And then I wanted a boyfriend. So one day I was at work and my cousin, I don't know if I should give people their real names or not. Anyway, but let's just say my cousin Shanita, I'm gonna make that name up. Shanita texted me and Shanita said, no, I'll give her a regular name. Why am I giving her a nickname? She ain't doing nothing wrong in this. Okay. Her name is Ebony. All right. So my cousin Ebony texted me and she was like, hey girl, are you still looking? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, would you want to be set up on a blind date? Or not a blind date. She didn't say a blind date. She said, my coworker has a cousin and we think that y'all would be a good fit. Do you mind sending me 2 pictures so I could send it to him and see if he likes it? And I was like, sure. So she sent him, I sent her 2 pictures of me from Facebook or Instagram. And then he sent her 2 pictures of him to send to me. And I was like, okay, he's cute. So basically, they ended up exchanging our numbers since we both said that we're both, like, we like each other. So they exchanged our numbers and then we started texting. To make a long story short, we went bowling and we hit it off. Like, we was holding hands and we was really into each other. And so we started moving fast, okay? Like, he works for MTA, which is the transportation system here in New York, and he will work overnight on the rails, like doing some sort of I don't know, what do they do in the rails? Electric stuff, the electric stuff down in the rails. And he would get off of his job at 5 o'clock. I think it was 5, or maybe it was 4 o'clock. And so he used to come to my house and pick me up for work. So the very first time he did that, he was like, I want to come pick you up. We could go eat breakfast and then I'll drop you to your job. I was 4. I woke up early. I did my makeup. I was dressed to the nines for work. And he took me to IHOP and we had a good meal or whatever. And then I went to work. I was just feeling this guy because he was doing that like every day for a week. Like, I just thought that this was my new life. I always had a ride to work. I always had a date before work. And this is just how life is. Anyway, so things were going and going. We went to a gun range. We had a good time. Took me on little dates. And then it was around November-ish, like right after Thanksgiving. I think he had made a comment saying like he wanted to see, why don't I ever wear my hair straightened? Because I guess I was wearing it. I don't know, how was I wearing my hair? I guess I was wearing it in natural hairstyles. And he was like, he wondered how my hair looked straightened. So I was like, for my new man, of course, I'll straighten my hair. So I straightened my hair. I went to because I was trying to get it done quick. I went to the Dominicans, and nothing's wrong with the Dominicans except that they specialize in Dominican hair, not black girl hair. So the thick texture, they're not used to that, and I don't think they frankly feel like detangling our hair types. So sometimes they kind of just take the fast road, and they'll just be like raking through your hair like crazy. So they were raking through my hair, of course, and because I only wanted to pay $30, okay, another thing, I was being cheap. And the reason I was being cheap is because I had bought all these new clothes to be around my new man. The clothes I wore to work had to be cute because he was picking me up in the morning. I couldn't just wear my regular work clothes. I needed new work clothes to be cute for him. And then I needed day outfit clothes and stuff. So I was spending a lot of money on that. And I was even fixing up my room in preparation for when he was going to come over here. So I was like buying things for the room and the bathroom, trying to hook it up. So I was trying to budget my funds, and paying $80 for hair was not really a priority, or $100 for hair was not a priority because it just wasn't in the budget. So I took my $30 to the Dominicans, and I got $30 worth of a hair doing. Now they did my hair very nice. When I left out of there, I looked good, but the pace at which they did it and the care at which they took while doing it was worth $30. Get your ass over here and let me comb this shit out is what I got for $30. So anyway, they used that comb, yanking and pulling. They used like high heat with the blow dryer. They use a blow dryer and a flat iron, and they use that brush that goes like this pretend this is the dryer, the blow dryer, and this is the brush. They're like this. The heat's going down and the bristles are just rolling through your hair. Anyway, so they did that. I left looking fabulous. I went right to his house. I was hanging out. That night, we did what any young man and woman would do when they're attracted to each other. It's just what happens. And it just so happened he had one of those beds that have the shelf above your head when you sleep. And there was a glass of water above on that shelf. And push came to shove, literally. And the water came tumbling down on my beautiful locks. Okay? My beautiful press out. So, of course, I'm panicking because I'm like, the water just spilling on my face. I don't know, I didn't even know the water was there. I'm like, water's in my face, water's in my hair. My hair's now in a big afro in the center of my head. And the hair is just straight on the sides. So I'm like, oh my God. So obviously I go to sleep like that because I'm not doing this tonight. I'm just going to leave it and fix it in the morning. Plus, I was at his house. So I didn't even have the tools to fix that part. I did not have a flat iron with me. I did not prepare for this. So, the next morning, I had him drive me to the beauty supply spot where I got a flat iron. Now, I get the flat iron cheap, the cheapest one they had. Can I have the cheapest flat iron y'all sell? And they gave it to me, $20. It had one setting on. On was mad hot. It was so hot. Anyway, I part through it and I start pressing out the parts that's nappy, basically, for lack of a better term, but nappy. And then when I got done doing that, I even went over the hair that didn't need any help on the sides, and then I, went through it again in the middle. So that's like 2 times the heat. The one the night before at the beauty salon. The next day after water spills on it, pressing it out. And then anytime I went out, I would like put a little bit more heat on it, even if it looked good, but I would like maybe add a bump to it or something like that. And I was just pressing it out. I wore that hair for about 3 weeks. I added more heat to it. And then when it was about to be the 4th week, my friend said that she was going to have a birthday party and we were supposed to wear these cool outfits or whatever. It was like a themed outfit. It's like a Rihanna 90s look, I think it was. And so I was like, dang, okay, what am I doing with my hair? I'm like, you know what, let me just keep this hair 1 more week and just put a little bit more heat on it. So that's what I did when I was at home before I went to her event, which was first we went to the hotel, and then we went to the party. But I put some heat on my hair before I left in the house, and then when I got to the hotel, I saw a Chi, one of the flat irons called Chi, that go up to like 100 degrees. So I saw that, and I was like, let me try this. I ain't never tried a Chi before, and I didn't need to try it because my hair was already straight. So I turned the Chi up, and I wanted to be bone straight, like sharp. Like that was the look I was going for that night. Anyway, I was cute that night. I'm gonna insert the clip right here. Look at me, swinging my hair. If I even know how to insert it. Anyway, if I do, it's gonna be right there. Whipping my hair back and forth, okay? Like I was the queen of the club. And then that was it. I was like, okay, that was 4 weeks of goodness. That's enough. Let me go back to my natural hair. I go in the shower to rinse my hair off. And let me think, what came first? Okay. Yeah, the hair was falling out in the shower. So I was like, oh my God, let me get the hell up out the shower before all of it fall off my damn head. So I get out the shower and I look in the mirror and the hair didn't go back to its natural form. It's like straight. It looks like elastic. It looks like plastic elastic, okay? Plastic elastic. So I'm like, oh my God, this is a mess. I'm like, I'm not even going to touch it. So I think I wore it up in a pineapple that day. It looked like, it was stringy. I don't even know what it looked like. It just looked bad. Oh, it looked like, you know how the balloons, the string to the balloon, when you could use a knife and scrape it and then it turned into a curl. It was like some had a little curl and then some was like straight. It looked like that. I'm about to sneeze. Um, so yeah, so that's how I went to work that day, and I was telling my coworkers, I was like, "Oh my God, y'all, look at my hair, it's bad, it's falling out. I don't know what I'm gonna do." So then they was like, "Just leave it alone for a second, let it get strong, and then try and wash it again. I'll put some conditioner. Like, don't even use no shampoo, which I wasn't using in the first place." But I did that. Waited like 2 days. Go back in the shower. The hair is falling out, strand by strand, all over the floor. So I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna have to cut this hair." So when I looked at it, I was like, "It's over for this. There's nothing I could do about it. It's just going. I could either let it fall out day by day, or I could just own it and cut it off." So that's what I did. I owned it. I cut it off all the way because I looked to see where I could cut it up to. Like, maybe I could cut it right here. It was bad to the root. I was like, cut this shit off. So I cut it all off on Christmas morning. And I went to my mom's house with my haircut. And she was so supportive. She loves it. She was like, "Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to do my haircut like that." And then she was like, because she used to be a hairstylist, so she was telling me all the styles I could do. First, you could get it, shave at the back, and then you could wear finger waves, and then you could, what else did she say? You could change the colors up, and you could wear it like this. And I was like, okay, the possibilities. I wasn't even looking at it like that. She was looking at the glass half full, and I was looking at the glass half and half. I wasn't mad and I wasn't excited, but she had got me excited about it. So that's what happened. And my mom inspired me to color it. I had colored it blonde. And then she told me to take my behind to the barbershop and let them, like, style it up, which I did, because I was going to go spend $1 million on like one of those professional hairstylists and get it professionally colored and all of that nonsense. But the reality with short hair is that if you get it professionally colored and then it grows back the next week, you just wasted your damn money. You don't spend $150 on a custom color that changed in 1 week. Waste. So I learned how to color it myself, and I would spend $20 at the barbershop and get it cut. And I loved it so much. Every time I would walk past a mirror, I would walk back and do a double take, like, who that? Damn, she fine. Like, honestly, I thought I was so fine. And it wasn't even in a conceited way. It was in a surprising way. I had never seen myself in that light before. I looked like a different person. I felt like a different person. Things were looking up for me. I changed in a few ways. I started working out. Well, I was working out before, but I became a personal trainer and shit. I was a baddie, okay? You couldn't tell me I wasn't a baddie. I wasn't bad girl Riri. Anyway, I wore my hair like that for 2 years, and it's still pretty short right now. Right now, this is the first time since then that I got a hairstyle. I let it grow a few inches, and I was able to get it braided. It's up in the bun right now. I just woke up, so I'm just chilling at the crib. Nothing to it. But I hope you enjoyed my first story time mukbang. I know my food don't look that good because it's all mixed in, but thanks for being here with me.